Lapaps. Let's talk life tonight, man.
Hold on, man. Have you seen these games? Come on.
I guess we could talk life and sports betting. What is going on, people? Welcome to episode 3 of Life and Betting. I am your host, Mike Klean, aka Major Playz, and I'm joined here once again by the Lapapa. What's going on, man?
The one and only Lapapa.
You're right. I've never met another one. And if I did, they certainly won't compare to you, old buddy.
Oh, gee, thanks, man.
So today's topic that we're going to be talking about is an interesting one. Like all the topics we touch on, how could they not be interesting?
We're two very interesting people.
Yeah, we got a lot going on up here, huh? We got a lot going on in the old noodle.
In the nude. In the nude.
In the noodle, oh boy. Oh. Where has this show gone? Okay. We are talking about and asking the question to not only ourselves, but also our listeners. Are you a true degenerate?
No one admits to that, but...
No one does. But if you really are insightful and look within yourself and really dig down deep, and that's what this show is all about. Us digging down deep in the conversations that nobody's having in this industry. And here we are again, touching on a topic that maybe a lot of people don't want to look themselves in the mirror.
We're going in your soul.
Let's give you
deep into your soul.
You're right. We're touching deep down in the soul. Let's dig down deep. Let's talk about it. Let's entertain the idea. Now, I guess we should first start off with what is the definition of a degenerate? A person who can't stop themselves. Now, that could be in gambling or any other aspect of life, realistically. But today, we're just going to talk about sports betting because it is life and betting. If we were talking about other topics, then we would be basically Dr. Phil. And we don't want to cramp his style, man. He's been doing it for years. He's on TV.
Yeah.
Not saying we couldn't be. But let's talk about it.
I think we'd look better than him.
Yeah, we got more hair. We got more hair, right? But let's talk about it. So when I tell you... so I'll start off by asking you, Lapaps.
Yes.
When I say that to you and ask you that question, do you classify yourself as a true degenerate gambler?
Absolutely not. But I would say at one point in my life, I definitely was.
All right, talk about it.
All right, certainly. So, when I had turned 21, man, first time going to the casino, I had a little bit of money with me. Let's see what happens. First time I went, man, I won about $800. Being a youngster, I'm like, holy shit, that was easy. I had fun. I was there for a few hours, and I won that much money.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can do this for a living. Stupid 21-year-old, that's what you're thinking.
Of course. You went there a couple hours, you made more money than you've done probably at any job making minimum wage. I mean, we did have that one job at the country club we worked at. We made pretty good money, but
yeah,
it's a lot of money in a couple hours.
21, and I'm like, okay. So initial thought, I got to come back tomorrow. Let's see what I can, maybe I can make another couple hundred. I'm not looking for 800 every day, but if I keep winning a couple hundred every time I go, I mean... Let it add.
Hook,
let it ride.
Line, and sinker.
Oh, yeah. So I think I went, maybe not the next day, but I went that week again for sure. Mm-hmm. And I pretty much gave it all back. I'm not even bullshitting, dude.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I gave it all back, and probably then some I gave some more to them too. So I actually lost all my profit just like that.
Because once you gave it back, now you're like, that was my money.
That was my.
I gotta get that back. Now you're leveraging more money.
I don't remember the exact amount. Let's say I lost around $300, plus my $800 profits. All that gone.
Right.
So I was like, all right, whatever. Next time going in, I'm like, all right, maybe I got to be more aggressive. Maybe I was playing like a little sissy.
Yeah,
little sissy boy.
A little rinky dink.
Little sissy boy.
Maybe.
So I was like, all right, next time I'm going in, I'm coming in hot. Coming in. Need my money back. Hot, baby. So I went again, dude. I'm telling you, this casino was almost an hour from me, and I was literally going 2 to 3 times a week. And man, it was just, I mean, at this point, I lost again. Next time I went, I lost again. Maybe like another 300 to 500, something like that. That was my usual range. I would bring like 300 to 500. And dude, I was at this point. Let's say the next 3 times I went, I lost almost every time. I started diving into my savings account. Big mistake, man. Same thing. I'd win. Okay, let's say I won a day. All right, back on track.
Yeah.
I tell myself, all right, I gotta come back tomorrow. Dude, I just didn't learn. I didn't learn.
They hooked you.
I was the first day.
The first day.
Winning that much money, I thought it was going to be easy. And just accumulated over time. I'd just be losing a couple hundred a week. But then in the back of my mind, I just kept thinking, but I won that 800 that one time. I could definitely do it again.
Yeah, and you can get hot.
And I can get hot.
Hot.
So I just kept, I was getting bad. By the time I knew it, I lost about 5,000 in a few months. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, I need to slow it down. So I did it good for a while. I didn't go for a few months. Then I got hooked in there again. I had the itch.
Yeah, we all have it as people who like to bet.
So I went back in, did pretty good. I'm like, okay, here we go again. Down, gotta get the money back. And it did the same thing happen, man. You won a couple days, but eventually the house always wins.
They always take it.
I mean, dude, even at this point, if I were to hit a freaking $15,000, casino slot play, I would still be down.
Really?
I'm that much down in them. And
wow.
I can say at this point in my life, man, I go to the casino probably 2 times a year, maybe.
Yeah.
And I literally bring a couple hundred with me, knowing I'm going to lose. I come in the mentality, I'm going to lose. I bring the 200 with me, and I'm just like, okay, I can go about my day losing this 200. It won't affect me.
Right.
It was brutal, man. I look back. I look at my damn savings book. You had the little paper savings book.
Oh God, you're so old-fashioned. You
so
write it down. Oh man.
But dude, I just see withdrawal 1,000, withdrawal 1,200, withdrawal. Like it was like every week. I'm just like, dude. I look back at that now. I'm just like, what was I thinking, man?
Yeah.
What was I thinking? And I really have no desire going back there. No desire.
Yeah,
I mean, come on. Think about how nice casinos are.
They're nice.
Where are they getting that money to pay for it?
Yeah.
Us.
You're right.
I mean, unless you got a good strategy going in there, you can't control anything in that place. They always got the odds and their benefits.
Of course.
So just be careful.
You gotta be. You have no choice. I mean, didn't you tell me at one time you got a third job just to have spare money to go gambling?
That was like my quote-unquote gambling money.
Yeah, right. Hard-working money you put your blood, sweat, and tears into. Yeah. Took time out of your life, your personal life.
It did.
That's tough, man. That's tough. I mean, we've talked about this before, but just speaking about it, I mean, how does it make you feel? I mean, I'm getting a little psychiatrist here. How does that make you feel? Voicing it out, telling
sick
people.
To my stomach, man.
Yeah.
I could have, used that money for the future, man. For shit I could actually used it. What's the word I'm looking for?
You're looking for, you could have invested it. You could have utilized it to your benefit, whether that would have been, for...
Towards a house, towards...
items, investing in the market, a car, anything.
Right.
But you got an entertainment. So let me ask you this before I put words in your mouth. Did you get entertainment value out of it? Or were you literally just going to go get your money back? Were you literally looking at it as I need to win today? Or were you having fun doing it? Or did it get to be to the point where I have to go back because I need to get my money back? Those fucks.
Originally fun. Mm-hmm. Just enjoyed the environment. Enjoyed the atmosphere. But towards the later stages, it was like, I need to get my damn money back. This is some expensive ass entertainment I'm paying for, and it's kicking my ass.
Yeah.
So,
and you're a competitive guy.
Yeah.
All of us are. I mean, realistically, I think if you dig down deep into who a degenerate is, they're a competitive individual. You see it in pro athletes all the time that are retired. Where did their retirement money go? They lost it in gambling. You know, and the house always wins. I mean, you think Vegas was built, all those beautiful buildings, beautiful hotels, it's 24 hours, all the ding, 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 and lights going on, and, you know,
Bing,
all the
bing,
staff
bing,
they have.
Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah. I think they just play those things. I don't think anybody's actually winning, you know?
They announced the jackpot. They got that on replay every hour. All right.
Somebody's winning. Yeah, it's probably the hotel
You never
owner.
see it. You never see it.
No, you
Jackpot, ding, ding, ding. Where is he?
But
Or she. I don't know.
But we all go, and it's kind of a form of entertainment. But the degeneracy comes in when you can't stop. And I guess to answer that question, you are not, because you stopped.
I stopped.
You learned.
It took me 2 long years to finally wake my ass up.
But you learned.
But I learned.
And you learned at a young age.
And I try to tell people now, dude, I used to always get older people, hey, be careful. I'm like, you know, whatever, dude. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the same thing to people. I'm like, hey, dude, be careful.
Yeah.
Watch your money, man, and just don't go crazy over there.
Well, you know, you're lucky because you obviously have good people around you, good family, good friends, you know, and you stopped and you just realized that, hey, you know what? The house always wins. And I mean, I think we now looking at the sports betting world, you have been more profitable in the sports betting world when you've stayed with your system and actually looking at things, picking your spots correctly, which once we started this brand, you really started to do, and you've learned more how to manage the money. And do you feel like you have more of an edge sports betting?
I do, but always my little gambling, little evil devil on your shoulder always takes control sometimes. My gambling side just gets a little wild sometimes. But like we were talking, man, if I gave you the money and you managed everything for me, I would be in much more better shape.
No doubt. No doubt. And so that's interesting you say that and bring up that topic. It really, really is. Because you say you're not a degenerate, and you're not. Your habits, you broke it. Luckily, you didn't need any, you know, there's some deep stuff that goes into this game. People need to people mortgage their house. People do like some crazy ass shit to try and win their money back, whether that's in sports gambling or it's at the casino playing the slots. I mean, me personally, I've never been a casino guy, ever. You know this. I can't stand it. I feel like I have no control and it's meaningless to me. Is it fun going out, having a couple drinks if that's where you end up for the night? Sure, of course, but you know, I always go in with the mentality I'm going to lose. I never place a bet and think I'm going to lose.
Right.
There's just a little bit of a different thing about it. But, you know, you said that you're not a degenerate. Your habits say that you're not because you stopped, and luckily you did. But that little buddy, that little devil,
that little bastard,
that's the gambling little degenerate that many, many people have. That is degeneracy. That little guy is Mr. Degenerate. And so many people have that. And they can't stop.
What does this little Mr. Degenerate look like?
Just a
little sleazeball?
No, you know what he looks like? He looks like the Monopoly man with devil horns. That's what he is. And every time you think about placing a bet, he's like, he wants the house to win. He wants you to lose.
Yeah.
Wants you to feel bad.
He wants you to
yourself.
go to that fucking ATM, pull out some more money.
Okay, so let's talk about this now. When you were losing, when you were down in the casinos, put yourself back in those shoes. How did you feel walking out of that building? Did you say, I'm coming back tomorrow winning my fucking money back, those motherfuckers, you know? I mean, that's kind of, you know, the mentality. I got no more money today, but tomorrow I'm coming back. Or were you like, all right, you know what, let's just see what happens next time I end up here. When
I was never that calm.
No, you're pissed, right?
Yeah, for the rest of the night is pretty much like, God, I'm an idiot. Just me calling myself an idiot for about an hour straight on the whole car ride home.
So, yeah.
What a dumbass I am. Stupid little piece of poop.
Little poop.
Little poop.
And so...
And then the next day would be like, okay, I'm calmer. Mm-hmm. But I need to seek some vengeance.
You got to get it somewhere.
Gotta get it somewhere.
Right? You got to get that money back.
I'd come, the little stupid me come crawling back.
Beaten and withered.
Like that, crawling.
Beaten and withered. Just claws in the pavement of the parking lot. Get me back over there. I understand it, man. And you feel awful. And then, let's talk about this. The feeling of when you place that first bet and say you hit the first hand or whatever you were playing.
Oh, to start the night up?
Instantly. Doesn't your just feeling just go up about yourself?
It does.
Let's go. All right, we're in it.
But
we're in the money. Right?
But then that would cause me to go insane. All right, I'm going to double that shit down. Mm-hmm. If I win that, I'm going to go higher now. I'm going to keep betting higher.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. You know, I can sense just the discomfort. You know, it's an uncomfortable conversation to have with people that gamble. And that's what we're trying to do here.
It is, because I look back and I got a number in my head. I don't know the exact number it was. Mm-hmm. But I look back at how much I lost over the years. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, you dumb ass. That's it, you dumb ass.
Yeah.
Just put a ass as my face.
And paint dumb on it?
Dumb. It's a hairy ass, dude.
Oh God. But that's what we're trying to do here with this podcast. We're trying to have these uncomfortable conversations, and I can't wait until we've came up with kind of the idea and the segment that we're going to do with each guest that we bring on, and I can't wait to kind of get their take on their life in this game and how it got started, if they're down, if they're up, whatever. But, you know, these are the conversations that we want to have because the stigma around a gambler, the minute, like, you know, for example, I'll go by my grandparents, right? And the Blackhawks are on, and say I throw a little wager on them, I like the spot tonight, you know? And I'll be talking about gambling, and my grandmother will say, you know, hey, Mike, how much you down? It's never how much are
Always,
you up.
Yeah.
It's the first question you get as a gambler. How much you down?
The question I get after when I was going to the casino, how much did you lose?
All the time. It's never winning.
And you know, when you're degen, you always say, when you lose, you don't want to say you lost.
Never.
You say, broke even.
Broke even, or just down a little bit. Nothing too crazy. And
Back and forth all night.
2K. But no, and a true degenerate only talks about their wins.
Always. I had one guy like that. Always tell me, I won 1,500 air, I won 2,000 air. I'm like, then in my back of my head, I'm like, dude, how much did you lose?
Right.
Always.
Let's look at the real.
No one always freaking wins.
Let's look at the pocketbook. Let's see it. You know, look at all the numbers.
Yeah.
And when you're now, let me ask you this because I'm big on this. I have a log of when I started officially sports betting by myself. Mm-hmm. I have a log of all the money coming in, all the money coming out. I even logged when we went to the casino. I have every single number that I've ever won or lost logged. And I am blessed to say I am up. I am playing with house money. Now, have I lost house money that was technically ours? Because we all like to say that. Oh, well, it's house money. We won it. Well, you won it. Now it's yours. So technically, it's still your money.
Yeah.
You won it, but you're playing with house money, and this is the game that we're in, so that's fine. If we can justify that and it's play money, whatever. I'm blessed to say that I'm still up, and I've never gotten into the casino game. I don't like it. I've only been 2 or 3 times, and it's very distasteful for me because I just feel like I have no control, and if, you know...
It was sad, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
When I was going quite heavily, I'd see the same freaking people there. I was starting to know them. I'm like, this is getting kind of sad, dude. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm like, I shouldn't be seeing these people every day.
And that's the thing. And that's the true thing about degeneracy. Because they just keep going back. But the same questions are asked. How much did you lose? That's the question everybody asks us, people that go to casinos or sports bet. They're like, oh, how much have you lost? But then you'll catch those same cats in the casino with you on a fun night. Right? Why? Why do we do it? It's the adrenaline rush of beating the odds beating the unbeatable. The book and the house always win. So if you can have an edge in gambling or sports betting, I know like poker is a strategic game, and maybe blackjack too. If you really dig down deep, I mean, there's books about this shit. But you see all the big wigs and all the big people who win, not that are on tournaments on like ESPN, but all the big sports bettors, they gotta have runners in Vegas, man. Once their face walks into a room, they have limits on these guys, on these guys. Because the real people who have an edge and the real people who understand the system and the real people who get it and actually beat the house don't let them win. It's the same thing how we saw with Robinhood and that whole thing with GameStop stock. The minute the people started winning, they shut us down. So as a degenerate, you need to ask yourself, why do I continually do it? And when it's getting bad is when you are answering these questions unhealthily. Like, I am not answering this truthfully. I'm down 2,000 tonight. And I think with gambling being legalized, and especially sports gambling, if you're down, and that's why we pride ourselves on being transparent, and all the guys that we run with are transparent. When we lose, and we tell you. And I think it's a way more healthy way of going about this gambling world. When you're down, you're down. When you're up, you're up. Let's just have the conversation. It's legal. People go to casinos. We all do it. If you haven't been to a casino and you're over 21, I mean, you're basically living under a rock, and you're going to end up there eventually at some point. You will, even if you're not betting and just there with friends or family. So why not have the conversations and just be transparent about it? Why? I'm down. Okay. I mean, are you eating? Yeah. Can you pay the mortgage? Yeah. Can you do this? Are you paying for your lifestyle? Yeah. I think it gets unhealthy because we feel, and people feel in this game and world, that they have to hide it. And we all know as human nature, when you really dig down deep and talk about things that you hide or things you're not supposed to do, what do we want to do? Do them. Mm-hmm. We want to do the things that we got to hide. We want to do the things that people say is bad. Every time, if you say you can't have a cup of coffee today, what are you craving? Coffee.
Tea.
Isn't it right? Isn't that true?
You're right.
So open the conversation, and that is exactly what this podcast is for. And we'll probably touch on this topic again, because I think it is such a big topic, and we could talk about this for hours, realistically. I mean, before this episode, I was watching actually some like psychology videos on YouTube about the mind of a bettor and the mind of a gambler. I mean, the stigma around calling yourself a gambler is going to be one show. I'm not even going to touch on it here because I want it to be a separate episode. We're already running a little bit long. We try to keep these 15 to 25 minutes here. But I think if we start having these conversations, and this is the podcast to break that stigma, break that just, I want to hide this. And let's just make it a part of lifestyle. As long as you're making it a part of your lifestyle and doing it in a healthy way, you can win. You can beat the odds. And we do it. Our brand does it. We win. Yeah. We're a winning brand since launching, whether that be in the NFL, NBA, NHL, So, I mean, it's just about having the conversations, and that's what we're trying to do here with this Life and Betting show. Have these conversations that no one wants to have. And I think that this show, being the third show, I mean, we're getting deep on the third show here. Just having this conversation on the third show just shows how deeper we're going to get in the lifestyle of a gambler and a sports bettor.
We're going in the untraveled sections of the ocean deep.
Why not? Why not? Because everything is becoming legal. Sports betting is becoming legal. You can now sit on your couch legally in some states, and all states will eventually get there. You can sit on your couch in your boxer shorts eating a bowl of cereal and place $10,000 on a game if you want.
You could be naked if you want.
You could be. And that's a scary...
Swinging around.
But that's a scary thing for a lot of people that have to hide it.
Right.
It's a scary, scary thing that it is one deposit away from you putting 10 grand on a game. And if you can't afford that 10 grand, or we're talking young people. I mean, we're 26 years old. Now 21-year-olds on their smartphones sitting in college, sitting, wherever they're at their job, can be making money sports betting from the confines of wherever they're at. They don't have to go to Vegas anymore. It's accessible. So with it being accessible, we need to make these conversations accessible to make it more a part of everyday life and more acceptable. Why should we? I mean, I'm not trying to get dig down deep and say we're discriminated against. Why do we have to answer how much we're down? No, but if we didn't have to hide how much we were down, or if we didn't feel like we had to, I think there wouldn't be such an unhealthy aspect to it. There's an unhealthy aspect to this game, and we're trying to break that stigma. Is what I'm trying to get at. And I think we did that today. I think we scratched the surface. What do you think?
If you're really lying about how much you lost, you're doing something wrong. You shouldn't be losing that money.
No. Yes, if you feel like you need to hide it, you're doing something wrong. You're 100% correct. Because if you feel like you have to hide it, then obviously maybe it's money you're ashamed that you lost.
Right.
And you shouldn't even be doing that. So, little word of advice there. We're going to dig down deeper into this subject as episodes go on. We're going to branch off of this, umbrella it, dig down deeper. We're simply just scratching the surface, as I said. But Lapaps, thank you for sharing your journey, man, because I don't have that point of view. And it takes a lot for you to come on here and say it to the world.
Yeah, but it's good to educate these people, too.
It is.
Want to know when to stop, man.
And it's great that you're in a mind space and a place in your life where you can talk about it and not feel ashamed about it and just say, hey, this is me, this is what I did. Yep. I'm no longer doing it, and you should be proud about that. Because there's a lot of people that never get out of that.
Young and dumb.
Young and dumb, but not old and dumb.
Not old and dumb.
Young and wise.
Yes.
You've surpassed many, many people. And it's good, man. I'm very, very happy that you came on here and talked about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Ran a little bit long, but I think it was worthy. As always, everybody stay looking good. Stay looking fresh. And we will talk to you guys in the next episode of Life and Betting.